Welcome back to another episode of the Finn and G podcast. We are as always Finn and
G.
Another episode, another bad intro. We'll have like an intro music or something eventually to kind of just kill that part. Until then, we're just gonna have to suffer. How you been?
Been good, thanks. How have you been? It's just no. Why you
I-
just start it like
I know,
that?
I
You've
know,
never
I know.
asked me how I've been.
I know.
It's not
I
like
know,
we
I know.
catch up once a week to do the podcast.
I know. Well, they don't know that.
They do. We're together.
They don't. Maybe that's new to them. Maybe they thought we were just really good friends and do a podcast together.
Not.
Maybe. Moving on. Well, look, another week done, dusted, in the books. To be honest with you, I've been just... I guess I've just...
He's been struggling to watch the
I've
football.
been struggling. And, like, it sounds bad. And it's subconscious. So my hands are clean. They're clean. I guess because I'm losing the tipping comp, maybe my passion has drained a little bit. And it kicked up this week when, at one point, we're tired. I come back. I was 3 down at one point, wasn't I?
Yeah, but that was a while ago.
Yeah, because each week I'm clawing my way back up, climbing that mountaintop again. You know, when you're king in the jungle, sometimes the hungry lion's going to come up to you. Call me on a bad day. Then a few more bad days happen. I'm 3 down. I'm clawing my way back. I'm fighting. I'm grinding. I'm Rocky 4, training in Russia, getting back to my roots. This week, oh my God, not only the kid tires it. I'm here. Thanks for coming. Broncos winning what, 14-0 after 20 minutes? I stopped watching. Game in bag. I was pumped. I was ready for a great week, great episode. Then they lost, and now I just don't give a shit. I gotta be absolutely and frank with you. I barely watched anything after that. So, I guess this now goes on Georgia. And I don't want to put that pressure on you. I don't even want to put it out there, but I guess what the fans are saying, and this comes to you, how do you weigh winning? It's a meaningless title. Like winning versus like quality of the show. Thoughts?
What? Like me winning or you winning?
Well, I'm saying it's like, well, at this point, like you're winning, and who cares?
You're not
who win-
making any sense.
I'm actually being pretty fucking clear. So at this point, you're winning the tipping comp, yeah? And it's like, who
Yes.
cares? Like, I don't care. No one cares. It's a meaningless title. Like, oh, well done. You win a Photoshop crown. Who gives a fuck? I don't. But I'm just saying, because you're winning, then you subconsciously, I'm not in control of the fact, but you could possibly say that maybe the quality of the show has dipped a little bit because maybe someone's just like subconsciously a little upset. So then what I'm saying to you is that maybe it's like, how bad do you want to win? Again, meaningless title, I don't care. But I'm saying, how bad do you want to win versus how bad do you want like the quality of the show and that to go up?
Well, I want to win. I'm very competitive.
So I just want you to look straight down the barrel of the camera and be crystal clear in the microphone. You are telling the listeners and your co-host, like I'm as shocked to hear this as you are, that you would rather win than like have a good show. Yes?
No.
Down the barrel of the camera, please.
No.
We're all watching. It's how it seems. So
Can you just
Sorry,
shut up and let me talk? No, I wouldn't rather win, but you need to actually put some big boy pants on and just accept the fact that you're losing. You're the one that wanted to do this show. So actually just watch the football.
Oh, I am.
And not be so depressed about losing by 1 in a tipping comp.
Well, I'm coming back. And I'm going to win. So I wanted to mark this down.
You weren't like this last year when I beat you by like 7.
We weren't recording then. I gave up. Who cares? Again, I don't care. And then,
Okay,
'cause again,
anyway,
at the other
okay,
side,
no.
again, what everyone's saying, everyone is blowing up my DM saying, Finton, like you're throwing the comp. You're doing this on purpose, aren't you? And I'm having to go like, I'm saving face. I'm having to go, no, I'm actually trying. I'm not. I'm obviously throwing the comp. Because I think people are getting a bit bored that after 11 rounds I hadn't
Ding,
lost.
Ding, ding.
So
Moving on to this last week's game.
I'm so confident I'm going to win, but at the same time,
Ding,
meaningless title.
ding,
Meaningless
ding,
title.
ding,
I don't
ding,
care.
ding, 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 ding. We will start before we get into the round.
Because who gave a fuck? Honestly,
We'll
it's Origin. Like, who cares?
Stop.
We'll put some oomph on it.
Before we get into the round, we'll talk about game 1 of Origin.
When was that?
The good, the bad, the ugly. Last Wednesday night, I went to the game. It was a great experience. Love the atmosphere.
How was the last 73 minutes of
Not
the atmosphere?
great. Not great, if I'm being completely honest. I really would have next year. I definitely want to go and sit in the Batchy Blues with the wigs. That looked much more fun than where I was sitting.
Easy to hide behind.
Yeah. But it was great. Like I thought the show was great. I don't know what everyone's problem was with the national anthem. I thought it was great.
He killed it.
He killed it. I liked that
get
version.
It. And it's like, I get it.
He didn't sing it off tune though. He maybe held the notes for a little bit longer, but people have held the notes for longer and changed the song just because he didn't have a background music with it. That's the only difference.
What's the thing is, like, on one hand, if everyone just sings it the exact same way, it's boring. I don't think you should sing it at all, to be honest with you.
I think it is.
Who gives a fuck? Like, it's so patriotic.
It's
but thank
not.
God we only sing it like 5 times a year.
Yeah.
Where you watch American sports.
They sing it
every
all
single time.
time.
Like, that's, too far. They'll do the national anthem with a dirt bike, for God's sake.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
But yeah, I don't know what everyone's problem
It was
was.
fun.
I thought it was great.
and you can't do the same rendition every single time.
No.
He didn't do like a Fergie. He didn't try to go too far.
No,
I
and
thought it
he
was
didn't.
nice.
And he didn't go.
It's
That's
Walter
the thing.
Matilda vibes.
He didn't. Everyone's saying that the players are supposed to know like the tune of way to sing it. He didn't change it. You could sing it exactly the same way.
Yeah, but he changed the pacing and the
A
timing.
little bit, marginally.
Who gives a fuck if the players can sing it? Half of them don't sing it anyway.
Half of them aren't
Who
even
sings
Australian.
honestly, who sings the national anthem? Do you know what I mean? You don't.
I
like,
sung it.
After the age of like 12,
I sing it.
after the age of 8, and if your name isn't Georgia, you're not there belting out the anthem.
Tori and I sung it at netball.
Okay, if you're over the age of 8, your name isn't Georgia or Tory, and you're not at a netball carnival, you're probably not going to belt out the anthem unless you're the guy singing it. Do you know what I mean? You'll go, Australian soul. You kind of word,
You just
and then because then you
follow.
get to like a point, and you kind of fuck up a word, and you go,
How do you not know the words?
they've changed,
They've changed one. They changed it from young to one.
and it's always stumped me.
Okay. Anyway, thoughts on the game?
Great game, 38-10. Thanks for coming. Well, I mean, thoughts on the game. You got to get the obvious out of the way. And
Joseph Swali's sent
again,
off.
it's been a week, obviously. So, like, the emotion, for the most part,
It's
it's
kind of-
gone.
we've
so
kind
you
of
can
discussed
be
it.
rational with the decision. The send-off, simply the right call. Simply put,
Spoken like a true Queenslander.
it was the only call. Now, even live, as a Queensland fan, live, your emotion pumping. My initial thought was, it's a sin bin.
Yeah.
That's your initial thought, because you haven't seen a send-off like that. But when you watch the replay,
It was pretty bad.
pretty bad. There might be the worst,
Dom
hit.
Young's was worse.
It might be the worst hit I've ever seen. Like, apart from, like, someone obviously, that might be the worst accidental head high I've ever seen.
That was a bad accidental head high.
Right up there with Dom Young's.
Yeah.
This one just takes the cake because of the moment.
Yeah.
But, like, obviously there's worse when guys just literally coat hanger or king hit.
Yeah.
Obviously. But in terms of one that just went wrong, that's right up there. So,
Yeah.
live, yeah, you go 10 in the bin, okay, especially because he gets up, whatever. You watch the replay, it has to be a send-off. When the emotion's gone and it's been a week, like, if you say it should have been a sin bin, like I said, live,
Yeah.
that night, that's fair enough. If 3 days later you're still saying that, you're just wrong. If that isn't a send-off, then what possibly is?
Well, in the fact that if they didn't send him off, then Reece Walsh was gone for the entire game. They lost a player for the entire game. And we only lost one for 10 minutes.
So only the victim is punished.
I know, yeah, exactly. Only the victim is really punished then. But it's just such a hard thing because it's never happened before.
So, and we've been critical of him in the past. Every single
Reece
person.
Walsh?
No. Ashley Klein.
Oh, yes.
Every single person who's ever watched football,
Football.
with all due respect,
Very
has
critical.
been pretty critical. Because, with all due respect, he can have a tendency to...
But I think
It's
it
a
was
bit
the
of a meme.
Bunkers decision.
No. What I'm saying is he has a tendency to sometimes, the joke is he maybe makes it about himself. He sometimes makes calls that you go, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
I was going to say, he deserves a lot of credit.
He does. He made the right
That
call.
was a huge call.
7 minutes into an Origin game on someone's debut,
Send off.
and he sent him off.
And it's the only call. Like, if that is a sin bin and not a send off, then what possibly could be a sin bin. And I keep hearing people say, like, that's such a precedent about how now... Or like
But you can't have separate rules for Origin and club football.
Exactly. And
you
everyone
cannot.
says, I know, well, they judge it differently or whatever. And it's like...
You let a little bit more go in Origin.
Yeah,
yes.
you let a little bit more go.
But you don't
can't
let that go. It's like he was knocked out.
Like, in the first minute, Reece Walsh was tackled in the air while kicking it. In club football, if you even look at the kicker's leg, Harry Grant got sin bin for goddamn looking at a leg. He nicked a toe, and he got sin bin.
I know, but he knew what he was doing. Anyway, roll on.
He nicked a toe.
I know, he nicked a toe.
Liam Martin tackled Reece Walsh in the air
and it was
after
let
he
go.
kicked the ball. Not even looked at twice. Just play on. That in Origin should be allowed. You cannot, like, take someone's head off and it just be, oh, it's Origin. You ruin the game. No. With all, and I feel bad for him, but Joseph Swali'i ruined the game for himself.
Yeah. He did. He missed time to tackle. He misjudged the tackle.
Yeah, and like people
If
saying
he
that,
hit like how Liam Martin hit,
Exactly.
that would have been an excellent tackle.
and like you can say he slipped, but if you actually watch it, his head level doesn't drop that much. Because he's passing like this already. His head's here. By the time he gets hit, his head's only dropped a couple inches.
And you also kind of
Because he's falling back. He's not falling
And
down.
I also think Joseph Swali'i mistimed the tackle.
He's not looking at him when he hits.
No.
He stopped looking at him. He leaves the ground, and the only thing he hits is his head.
And it's because he mistimed the tackle. And the other thing is, like, when you look back at it, like, from their point of view, in no way was Reece Walsh ever looking to run. He was always looking to pass. So it's like that hit could have... It was, yeah.
Like that
it was very... It was
broken his neck.
Yeah, it was unnecessary.
It could have broken his jaw. He was knocked out cold. It has to be a send-off. Again, and I hear like it's a precedent that, well, now you can't have big hits anymore.
No.
Well, 50 minutes later, you saw the textbook, as you said, Liam Martin. Liam Martin was never ever going to hit the head because he got that low and timed it that well. Now, accidents happen. Like the pure violence and like in power the Swali'i hit him with.
It's like if Dom Young's was a send off, then that's a send off.
Like it's accidental to hit his head. I'm sure he didn't mean to.
Yeah.
But
for people to say that he went out there to intentionally knock Reece Walsh out and hit his head.
But see, then you had that. See, that's why I keep going back to without finishing my point, because I'm autistic. But you set a precedent of an hour, like big hits are going to be ruled out. If you don't send that off, you set the precedent that, and I hear Kempy talking about it a lot, you can, someone like Reece Walsh, just go out and fucking take his head off.
Take his head
Knock
off.
Knock him out, Reece Walsh over the game.
You'll be gone for 10 minutes. That's it.
What's the penalty?
Exactly.
So if actually he didn't set a send-off, it's a worse precedent. Mm-hmm. So full credit to Ashley.
I think it was definitely the right call.
And then when you really think about it, especially for you New South Wales fans, you've had a week, but if you really think and answer honestly.
But even
if...
I still think Queensland were the better side.
Yeah, and we'll get into that. It happened to New South Wales. They were a man down. So everyone's initial reaction was game's over. If you answer truthfully, if the roles are reversed and Queensland had to play 73 minutes with 12 men, do you think the game is over? Yes or no?
I have a sense of that with the two sides. No, the reason I thought it was over is because we didn't have anybody to replace or come and defend in that center position.
I understand, but just in general. Yeah, for the team layout, yes, I agree with you.
Yeah.
In general, if any New South Wales side versus any Queensland side, if you were told that New South Wales would have to play 70 minutes with 12 men, do you think the game's probably over?
Yeah.
Yeah. Same question. Let's say it's just a blank. It's just New South Wales, Queensland.
Yeah.
Queensland have to play 70 minutes with 12 men. Do you think the game is over? Yes or no?
Yes.
No.
Yes, I think the game's over.
No, I don't believe so.
I think they won't go down because I thought New South Wales fought hard.
They did fought hard. They fought hard, but your initial reaction is game's over.
Yeah, my initial reaction would have been like that if Queensland were there too.
I disagree. I respectfully, I disagree. And for New South Wales, the whole time, your initial reaction is game's over. But again, I'm not one of those losers who go, "Oh my god, change the channel. It's gonna be 70-0." No.
No. Do you know how many people left?
Yeah, exactly. Like you
Paid money for those
it's an
tickets, and you
origin.
left after 7 minutes.
Exactly. And this New South Wales team with Madge, you knew they were gonna show identity, and they did for once.
It was a good game. They just blew out in the last 20 minutes because they were gassed.
They had heart, and you were like, yeah, they had heart, and I didn't think it would be a blowout, and except for, as I said straight away, it's the last 20 minutes.
It's the last 20 minutes that'll kill them.
That was what was going to kill them. It wasn't the first 20 minutes.
And they scored in the first 20. They scored
They scored
back to back down that side, and then after that, New South Wales adjusted.
Yeah, there was 40 minutes where they adjusted, and
then they lost, and then they just couldn't.
I just think that truthfully, if that's a Queensland side and they're down to 12, you don't think the game's over until the whistle goes. How many famous wins do Queensland have? How many?
That was with 13 people.
But how many times do they come back?
Yeah, with 13 people.
I know you're
Not with
upset.
12.
I know you're hurt and you're lashing
people.
out.
I'm not lashing out.
But Queensland Spirit is real and it's in my blood.
So is New South Wales Spirit.
Is
they showed spirit.
New South Wales Spirit.
Well, at least
Throw
I'm not. I'm not.
New South Wales Spirit, where you don't play your captain. New South Wales Spirit.
He justified that, and you even agreed. Now I see his point.
New South Wales Spirit, where let's just get into.
Well, at least I'm a proper New South Wales person who actually tipped the team to win, unlike other people who go for New South Wales, said that people should never play Origin again. They didn't play that bad and didn't even tip them.
Yeah, not naming names, but got no heart. But we knew that. Like, so you know that. But at the same time,
it's the New South Wales
smart.
people that suck,
Exactly.
actually. It's our fan base that suck because we want to kick everyone out as soon as they have one bad game. And we don't even tip them to win.
no.
That's the problem.
Yeah, no, and we'll get into changes, but in terms of the general game, now we've got over that. We're both, to reiterate, it was probably pretty fucking messy. With all due respect, Georgia's pretty like she can kind of start points and not finish them. Bit of a bad habit of yours. Like just go on tangent after tangent after tangent, and it's like, babes, like we're listening. You don't got to yell. Just start a point, finish one.
Ding.
But yeah, what send off.
Right call.
Yeah, a bit slow there, but yes, right call.
Right call.
Game itself, as a New South Wales fan, how do you think the game itself went?
Yeah, I thought they showed some good defense in patches, and I thought they showed really good attack in patches. But for a New South Wales person with 13 people, do I think Queensland probably still would have won? Yes. Yes. Because our attack
Probably by more.
just wasn't good. Like, we had a game. I know that 12 men disrupted their game plan and that Madge said he took Gerbo off because he is a...
Madge didn't say that.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
I saw something that
No,
he said he
Kempy
did.
and that said that.
Oh.
That's why I say I agree with Blake on a bar. Their
Yeah.
point. Madge hasn't said anything
Oh,
about it.
okay. Well, that he's like a meter person, like that'll just chuck meters up the middle, but they needed people. What?
No, what she's referring to is Gerbo being on the bench as
bench.
captain, which, yeah, at the time was pretty shocking. He goes off after 20 minutes, where at that point he'd made the most tackles, was a workhorse. Then you don't see him for the next
40 minutes.
55 minutes, and you're going, what the fuck's up with that? So I assumed he's got to be injured. There's got to be something there. And then he comes on with 4 minutes to go. What she's referring to is a good point I heard Kempy and the boys, bloke in a bar, shout out. Collab soon, I'd assume.
Yeah.
The next 10 episodes. I'd assume pretty soon.
Yeah.
But yeah, because you're at the time you're pretty like, what the fuck is going on? They theorize, and Madge hasn't confirmed, he hasn't said anything. Theorized that it was because when you're down to 12 men, all due respect, inspired choice as captain, not chosen for his athleticism. So when you need
try scorers.
Well, you know, the game's moving faster. You're having to cover more ground, work harder, run more. You need guys that are more mobile to cover positions. Maybe Gerbo, just unfortunately for that game,
wasn't the...
even though he's captain, it just didn't fit that 12 men.
Yeah. Like, I thought Spencer Lenu had a great game.
Great impact.
He
was
excellent.
He's a top 3 player.
Oh, he was excellent.
it's just the problem with him, and like it just must be his body. Like that is just
Yeah.
it. He played 23 minutes.
Like, surely he
Even for Penrith, for
he should've-
Roosters,
he
he
should-
plays under. I don't know if he's ever played genuinely. I don't know if he's ever played more than 40 minutes in an NRL game.
He should be getting more minutes. He was the best player, in our side.
Oh, he's your best forward. Easily.
Yeah.
His impact was unreal.
Yeah. So Spence, but it just like we had big forwards and we had big meter eaters at the back, and some reason we didn't want to go up the middle at the beginning of our set, and we wanted to go through the middle to end our set. Rather, I think we kicked to Zach Lomax once, and what happened? We scored.
Yeah.
Like they just didn't gel as attack. Nico was getting shut down. The team wasn't really working with how he usually plays. He likes to handle the ball most sets. It wasn't like they weren't playing with him like how the Sharks do. And I think that, I was like, it wasn't the best game for him.
No.
But I thought Queensland just attacked way better.
Yeah. We'll speak about New South Wales first, but if you're talking about just the game plan,
They didn't stick to it.
Their game plan, like, if you look at their team on paper, is a powerful team. They are bigger. They are stronger. Like, all
And they
three of
didn't use it.
their back three, Toto, Lomax, Teddy, all ran 200 plus meters. They all had 25 plus runs. So, and then you look at their forward pack, it's bigger, stronger, slower. Like, they have a power game. They refuse to play it. And any time they did, they looked excellent. They would march down the field, even with 12 men. When they decided to just play straight down the middle,
they did well. But then we were trying to pass so early, and I was
trying to
going
go on the outside every time.
and I'm like, what are you doing?
But it was just like it was so bad. Like, even when they tried
this is
to
what
go
happens
outside,
also about New South Wales. Why Isaiah Yeo should not be your backup six, the most clearest intercept pass a day that was thrown.
well, it's because he takes a year to pass the ball.
Because
It's
he's
so-
a forward.
It's like
It's
unlucky.
because he's 6'5".
Yeah, he didn't have a bad game, but that pass right there just highlights. Well, we've been very vocal.
He should not be your
Forget
backup
the ball
six.
playing, bruh.
No, just
Forget the ball playing, bruh. It's so, like, it just, when he passes, it's so slow and it's so premeditated.
premeditated.
Someone like Cherry Evans can just see it.
And the problem with New
Thanks for
South
coming.
Wales is your team's great at club. Penrith killing it at club. Sharks, they're doing really well at club. Okay, but Queensland pick a team based on people that play well at Origin level. Selwyn Cobbo is killing it for the Broncos, but they put Valentine Holmes in because he's a good Origin player. And New South Wales, and they adapt their game. Queenslanders adapt their game style play to play Origin. New South Wales don't do that. They play club style game at Origin, and it just doesn't work.
Well, yeah, I agree. But in fairness, this was easily the most gritty
Oh, it's the most grittiest
New South
they've
Wales
been.
side I've seen.
Oh,
in
that's what I
years.
mean. But I mean, their attack wise,
Their attack was dog shit.
that's what I mean. Not doubting their effort or anything like that. That's the grittiest team. I was like, years ago, there's a part of me that thought we're gonna go down 50-0.
I think if Cameron Munster's playing, it is 50-0.
Yeah,
I
he was
honestly
lucky.
think that was the difference. Because I think if Munster's there,
It's 50-0.
I think he would have ruthlessly attacked the things.
But our attack was so bad. It's because things weren't working. Because I feel like they did things that would work at club, but it doesn't work at club.
Well, they
level.
don't gel. It looked like they'd never played together. It looked like they hadn't trained together. They showed resolve in defense, but yeah, their attack. It was because
Everyone was so narrow.
and they just kept going sideways.
Sideways.
Like they weren't even trying to spread. They were just running sideways.
I credit to Luai, who I don't really love, but he tried
Well, he
so
always
hard.
tried stuff.
He tried so hard.
Yeah, and then you speak like thing again. You have an aerial target, Zach Lomax, the best under the ball in the comp.
And he didn't want to kick
You
to
kicked
him.
him one time,
And he scored.
and he scored. Something about I like Nico, but all due respect, it was a poor performance. Now he definitely got better. His first half was not good. Second half, he got better. The big difference, he ran the ball, and you hear every great halfback.
Can run.
They always talk about, especially in Origin, take an early run.
Yeah.
Joey, Kronk, Lockyer, Thurston, they all agree. You got to take an early run. Just get that hit out of the way, get the contact, just get yourself in the game.
Yeah.
You don't got to make meters. You might get folded.
Cherry Evans took an early run.
You just got to take an early run just to get yourself in the game.
Yeah.
He spent the first 40 minutes, he didn't run the ball.
No.
He did not run into the line one time. Second half in the first 10 minutes, he ran 3 or 4 times.
He started running, and it started like
he's big, he's strong.
We had a really dominant few minutes in the second half.
It's like what I always talk about. It's whatever, again, me and the greats, I was having to do an Oz tag. If you don't run into the line as a half, you're fucked. You will never make anything if you were just going sideways. That's what their game was.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, their halves were not digging into the line.
No, and we were just going so sideways.
Disgusting.
It was,
And then, you talk about the halves not having any control of the team. 2 times in that game, Zach Lomax was in the middle of the field, 5th tackle, and he kicked a kick.
Why?
I think they thought he was Matt Burton. Now, again, I understand having Matt Burton be a centre come in for a bomb. I do not understand Zach Lomax, who I've never seen kick a football besides a kickoff or a goal. I've never seen him kick a general play kick in my life. I've never seen Ben Hunt one single time go, hey, brah, you take this one. Not once. I've not even seen Kyle Flanagan passing the ball to kick it.
I don't know why
Yeah,
they
your
gave him
fucking
the
halves
ball.
2 times. One of them, he goes, you're not kicking at me. Fine. Puts up a midfield bomb, chases it, catches it himself. What the fuck was that? Fascinating. Teddy was the opposite of Hines, unfortunately, in my opinion. First 20 minutes, he was excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Then he kind
Next
of went
60
missing.
minutes, went missing. I think, again, it was also frustrating for New South Wales because it was there.
It was there.
That 20 minutes to the 40th to 65th minute, New South Wales were right there. And as a Queensland fan, I was nervous. To be honest, I wanted New South Wales to win. I wanted to see a famous win. Now, obviously, I knew it wasn't going to happen because you got no spirit.
But you wanted to see it.
You wanted to see it. But
then, I feel
they just refused
he went
to
missing.
do what they should have done. That
And
was
they should
what
have
the
done,
killer
and I felt
is.
bad because yes, he did go missing, but a lot of the times the ball got to him. That's why I felt there's only so much you can do. When you've got Hammer, Cobbo, and Cherry Evans running at you, what the hell are you going to do as a fullback with no support with you?
Yeah.
What the hell would you do?
Yeah. What, Teddy?
Yeah. What the hell would you do?
He threw the ball out 3 times.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. He threw the ball out, but the tap on was there. One time,
But it wasn't. It wasn't. And then, at the same time,
the tap on was there, and Stephen Crichton pulled his hands away last minute.
He's the current Australian captain and fullback.
Yeah.
But he's not 20 years old in debut. Especially you're getting recalled into the team.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why you got dropped. He can't be made, and it wasn't that because one of them, they tried out the second tackle.
Yeah,
and
I
just
know.
went straight out.
That wouldn't have
Zach
worked.
Lomax got stuck in the corner, catching the ball on the ground, just having to literally surrender 3 times that game.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. No.
I think Dylan Edwards has to come in.
100%.
He deserves
and we'll
it.
talk about the changes later. We'll talk about the
Yeah.
changes for both teams. But, yeah, it wasn't his best performance.
No.
And, again, New South Wales have identity, which was good to see. But, yeah, do you think we should talk about changes for each team? Or wait till we're finished with Queensland and then talk about both teams?
No, I think changes and then Queensland.
Okay, all right. Any changes you would make? You already mentioned one, but...
I think that Dylan Edwards, Teddy wasn't outstanding enough to, have that position. I think Dylan Edwards still deserves a shot.
He was chosen.
He deserves a shot. Do I
shot.
think if Dylan Edwards is there would have made a big difference? I don't know. I think Mitch Moses should come in for Nico.
Do you think he will, though?
I don't.
Because it is a double-edged sword. My initial reaction, same.
But now I don't know.
Because then it's New South Wales have a very strong history.
But you can't just give one person one opportunity and then dump them.
Very strong history of bringing guys in. They don't knock it out of the park. So you go, thanks, brah. Fuck off.
But if Madge is willing to work with Nico
Because
and give him another shot, I'd give him another shot.
think of the confidence. If you look at him, you go, no, you're my player. You're my halfback. I've chosen you.
Yeah.
Win us the next game. Think of the rocket up his ass.
Yeah. I'd keep Nico. I definitely think Latrell has to be in there somewhere.
classic. I took a screenshot
No,
of a very
no,
funny...
but I said that
of a
to
very
Dad.
funny comment.
No, stop.
No,
I
keep
said
going.
that to Dad before any news came out. I said that New South Wales need to pick Origin players. And I know I said that I didn't want him after the first game, so it's very contradictory. But
New South Wales.
I just think that, well, for Queensland, Val Holmes, as the example, not having a great club year, picked, had an awesome game. I just think we need to pick Origin players.
I just think it's funny because great player, but when we talk about Queensland Spirit, famous.
Yeah.
You brought it up. How New South Wales Spirit is a thing.
It is.
And I want to give a shout out to @Chrisavelli OCE on YouTube. I saw this comment yesterday and it just resonated with me and it was perfect. Now he says New South Wales, it was about Latrell.
Yeah.
Because again, Joey, Latrell has to be in the field. It has to be in the team. He says New South Wales fans have been calling him fat, slow and lazy all year. Now they are screaming for him to come back to the team. And that sums up New South Wales Spirit right there in a nutshell. All year, people, can you agree? I'm not saying you.
Yeah.
People have been bagging him.
People
all
have
year.
been
People
bagging
have been him for his entire career. Hate him. Can't
don't
stand
hate him.
He is fat. He is slow. He is lazy.
He's not fat and slow.
Have you criticised him this year for his effort areas?
His effort, yes, because I know he has potential, and it's not so much his effort on the field. I didn't like his
But have you...
I mean, like his characteristics on the field, like his stupid, the stupid niggly stuff that he does. That's what I don't like. But he's all effort. Like, he tries hard.
All effort?
He tries hard.
No. And again, I'm not saying you're saying this. I'm just saying you would agree you have seen a lot of chat this year.
People think he's done.
About his performance.
Yeah.
How he's not cut out.
No.
Wouldn't have picked him game one. Wouldn't have picked him thing. You lose one game and all of a sudden Latrell's going to save the series.
Yeah.
He has to be in. I think that's horseshit. Great player. Against the Titans, crushed it. Everyone knows his potential. Everyone knows what he can do. Everyone has also seen the other side of it.
Yeah.
To me, I did not bring him in. Also,
I think he's got to earn his time back. Can you put it like that?
At the same time, everyone says that, I hear Joey talk about all the time, you need players that fear. And again, he's a hell of a player. When he's on, he can be the best player in the field, easily. But everyone says that he Joey in that, as Queensland, you need to pick someone that was scared, a Queenslander. You pick Latrell there, they're going to be scared. Me personally, I'm not nervous at all. Hands in the air, I'm not nervous at all. Because he would be marked by the hammer. Let's assume Reece Walsh is healthy.
I thought you meant you wouldn't be scared at all. It's like,
I'll fucking take him. I was under 10 best bat.
I'd be terrified.
Could I get concussed first tackle I'm making him? It would be a high chance. Shoulder bar, I get under the hips, I could take him. So I'm actually not...
He'd push you off.
I could play centre for New South Wales. I could put my hand up.
You couldn't.
Well, I sent him my Div 4 mixed highlights.
Who I think needs to be in the team is Matt Burton. I thought he deserved to be in the first team.
Well, I just want to prophesy, get back onto that. I just think... Let's assume Reece Walsh is healthy and he's fullback, which is no certainty, by the way. But if the hammer is marking Latrell, I'm not nervous at all.
Not worried.
Everyone said when Hammer got chosen that first game against Turbo, when Turbo was red hot, Turbo's going to run a train on him. Hammer didn't miss a tackle. He scored. Turbo did nothing. Thanks for coming. If Hammer is marking Latrell Mitchell, I'm Ian Frank, not nervous.
No.
I think
I'm nervous for anybody marking Hammer, if I'm being honest.
I'm also, another good point, you saw what Swaliti accidentally did to Reece Walsh.
Imagine what
Would Latrell Mitchell potentially fall into the category of players who you would not be surprised at all if you saw them do a similar thing?
Yeah.
Would you potentially be risking choosing a player?
Look what he did to Joey Manu.
Would you potentially be risking
he was
a player
friends with
to accidentally do the exact same thing?
Yeah, no.
Potentially faster.
I think Matt Burton deserves to come in. I think Matt Burton definitely deserves to come in. I'd keep Spencer Lenu. I thought he was great.
Yeah,
But I wouldn't make too many changes though.
exactly. Yeah.
I wouldn't make too many changes.
Your instinct is to make changes.
My instinct
but-
was to make changes, but now, I'd keep Nico. I think he had a better second half. He's worked with the players now. They've all had an opportunity to get to know how he plays.
He's got to play good club football though.
Yeah.
Like Moses is there. Moses is knocking on the door.
Yeah.
But
He's had a great 2 games.
I'm not upset. I understand either way. If Moses comes in, it makes sense. It makes total sense.
But I don't know
If
if I'd knock Nico.
If he
game
keeps
is
the
hard.
halves, that also makes total sense. You
Yeah.
think about that is building a culture.
Yeah.
Going, no, you're my halfback.
But no, Dylan Edwards and probably Matt Burton would
I think
be
Matt
my
Burton
ones
does
to
make
come
sense.
in.
I think it makes sense because then
And then guess what? You can actually give it to Matt Burton to kick and not Zach
exactly
Lomax.
then Zach Lomax
Doesn't have to
don't
kick.
have to worry about it. And then also because I think as you
And I'd
touched
also
on,
maybe but what I would be doing is changing the bench.
the bench has to change. Unfortunately, I think Hudson Young goes or Olakwatu, either one of them. To be honest with you, see Matt Burton either comes straight into center.
Yeah.
If he comes in the center and if he's healthy, it's Connor Watson 14.
Oh, Connor Watson's got to be
Connor
on this
Watson
side.
at 14 because Reece Robson was unreal.
He
And
was
so
great.
was McInnes.
So was Cam McInnes.
great.
He was great.
But I think the forward pack rotation was kind of fucked up because in the way they adapted, which unfortunately they adapted too slow to the 12-man. And it
Yeah.
was seen because in the first 10 minutes they scored a try and then there was a 10-minute period before halftime where Queensland went bang, bang, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
They swapped crying, they adapted. Then for that, next 60 minutes, it was even.
Yeah.
It was even. And then they got tied.
Benjamin 20 minutes.
Yeah, whatever. But it was even until from 40 to
Yeah.
60th. Yeah, so 20 minutes it was even. Then it fell apart. They got
Yeah.
gas.
So I definitely
Match's game plan was just to rotate forwards quickly. So they were kind of fucked up. And it was...
Yeah.
So like, perfect world. McInnes gets more minutes. Robson played unreal. He had 80 minutes. Connor Watson at 14.
Oh,
You can now you can actually rotate him in 9. And you could put Robson at 13. You can rotate him with McInnes. And he also can cover. He can cover 5'8". He can cover 4. He can cover literally every position bar
I
front row.
think Connor Watson has to be in that team.
Yeah, the only way he isn't in that team is if you keep Matt Burton at 14.
14.
It has to be
But
one
then
of them.
who else goes in the centres?
If he's healthy, Bradman Best.
Oh, yeah.
But he hasn't been healthy. Another one, Katoni Staggs. If you want a
Yeah.
strong defensive centre, now you've got 2 legit defensive centres. Katoni Staggs is another one. Latrell Mitchell again. If he's got picked, I'm not shocked. I just think it's funny. And it's New South Wales. Unfortunately, it is New South Wales.
But I don't know if
You
Madge will
hate
pick
him,
it.
then you love him.
But see,
But
everyone...
guess, if he comes, let's say you pick him,
Yeah.
you lose the game. Is he the most hated man in New South Wales?
Oh, 100%.
Even if, let's say, he has 10 out of 10.
Well, that's what Teddy and Nico were the most hated people in New South Wales after that game because we
But you
lost
could
it.
object. Yeah, exactly. But you could objectively say they didn't have great games.
Yeah.
I'm saying Latrell Mitchell gets picked, scores 3 tries, lose a game. It would be his fault. Oh, why did we pick Latrell?
Yeah.
I just think it's funny. But I think it's Matt Burton. I think you go Matt Burton, Connor
Burton,
Watson 14.
yeah.
If Connor Watson
Connor
isn't
Watson,
healthy,
I forgot about that.
I think if he's healthy, that's a team. If Connor Watson isn't healthy, Matt Burton 14,
Yeah.
Latrell, Bradman, Katoni, one
Of them comes in. Yeah, I agree. All right. On to Queensland.
Onto Queensland. Yeah, like
They didn't stick, well, as Billy said, like, they didn't have the best game, you know. They had a few errors. They let New South Wales come into it.
I honestly think the difference is Ben Hunt. New
Ben
South Wales,
Hunt
in the
killed
whole
it.
of New South Wales, you don't have an
Ben
answer for
Hunt.
Ben Hunt.
He killed it. How did he score 2 tries?
Especially his second one when he fucking runs 60 meters, breaks 3 tackles.
How did Ben Hunt do that?
Like, because he's an Origin player. And because he's a Queenslander.
He's so good.
That's Dozer.
He was excellent.
What I mean by, like, New South Wales don't have an answer for him is, like, New South Wales do not have a player, a legitimate halfback. Let's say,
Connor
on this
Watson.
day, he's a top 5 halfback that can also play as a top 5
Hooker.
But you could even narrow it. He can be a top 5 halfback who can play a top 2 hooker. The person he rotates with is the other top 2 hooker. Like, objectively, you would say, on their day, they're the 2 best hookers in the world. I would genuinely say Ben Hunt is the best hooker in the world.
Connor Watson.
I love Connor Watson. He's not the best hooker in the world.
No, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He's up
and you
there.
would say, most people would say Harry Grant,
Grant.
full-time hooker, is the best in the world.
Yeah.
They have the 2. Mm-hmm. It's a cheat code. New South Wales do not have an answer to that.
No.
I respect Madge for not trying to come up with an answer to that.
Yes.
He went, no, fuck you. Isaiah Yeo's my 14. I've got a game plan. Unfortunately,
Didn't work, but that's
Billy
okay.
Slater is made to look like a genius immediately because not only does he have that cheat code, but they just don't New South Wales
answer
don't
to
have an
it.
answer for him. They do not have an answer because Harry Grant didn't have a good game.
No.
Ben Hunt fucking killed it. He only played 30 minutes. He had 2 runs. He scored 2 tries.
Ben Hunt killed it.
Like, you just don't have an answer because again, if Cherry Evans gets hurt, put fucking Ben Hunt at 7. If Tom Dearden gets hurt, put Ben Hunt at 6.
That's the thing that
Don't have an answer for it. And then
so much versatility in this Queensland side.
yeah, and like you just know they can play the different positions.
Yeah.
Like again, you've seen Ben Hunt play in the centers, David Feeder play in the centers. Kurt Capel was a back row who's kept playing in the centers, starting in the fucking centers.
Yeah.
You just know it. But then Cobbo on the bench, 7 minutes
Smartest move. You just knew it was going to happen.
in. It's just a shame though. I would have loved to see him
Come on.
in the middle.
I really wanted to know what Billy's initial game plan
He
was
would've
for
come
him.
in the middle.
I know,
But I
but I
would've
really
loved to
wanted to
see it.
see it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I would have loved to see it. But again, 7 minutes in, and what did he say? He said 4 out of 6 times Queensland have lost a back.
It's true.
So he fucking
But
chose the back and 7 minutes in. No one wanted
Queensland-
that, but bang, you now have a centre
Yeah.
who you can put at centre. And, we'll put the fucking hammer at fullback who
absolutely
thanks for coming,
killed
scored
it.
3 tries. Has now scored 8 tries in 5 games.
Games. Hammer
record-
absolutely killed
I think
it.
the record is 16.
Tries
16. Has a Darius Boyd. I think Darius Boyd has the record. He's 16 tries.
in what? And how many games?
Well,
Just in total.
That's in career. The Origin record is 16 tries.
Hammer's looking
He's
to
played 5 games. He's had 8. Darius Boyd would have played 25.
It's crazy.
What the fuck?
He's so good.
Who's he had to mark? He started his career marking fucking Turbo. Greatest Origin player. Well, talking about one of the greats. He's scored fucking...
He's so good. I'm scared of Hammer.
Real. But yeah, in terms of general game, like it wasn't the greatest.
It wasn't the greatest.
I think... And it's tough. Like, losing Reece Walsh obviously affected them.
Yeah.
But again, like... New South Wales obviously were worse off losing 12 men.
Yeah.
But that does fuck up the attacking team. So
It
many
does.
times. It's like when teams go in the sin bin. And
Yeah.
this other team, not only will they not score a point, the team down a man will score points.
Yeah.
Just look at the Cowboys versus Roosters game a week earlier.
Yeah.
It's hard when you have the overlap. Now, as I said earlier, I think if we have if Munster's playing, I think it gets to 50. Like I think it is ruthless.
Yeah.
Because I just think
He's
Like-
just too smart.
he would have picked it right.
Yeah.
Because I think Queensland initially they stuffed themselves up for about 40 minutes because it was like almost like, and maybe that was their game plan to just attack that side because it was Swalei and Lomax, 2 rookies.
Yeah.
But it was like then they scored 2 times down it and then they just stuck at it and it was just they got in each other's way. They were making errors. It was clunky.
The changing point was Nico Hines barely missed 40-20 and then Cherry's perfectly 40-20. That was the momentum.
We didn't even mention that, but
that was the change in the game.
It's literally the definition of anything you can do, I can do better.
And it's like Nico's, it wasn't about...
It was perfect kick. It was only saved because Coates dives out and taps it back in.
He missed it by centimetres.
And the very next set.
You just knew it was going to happen.
Like tackle 3
you just knew
goes
it was coming.
Bang. Perfect.
You just knew it was coming.
Oh, that was so hype watching.
Yeah.
That was unreal watching.
Yeah,
it.
And as soon as that happened, I was like, that's it. That's how quickly that Cherry Evans can change the momentum of a game.
Him and Ben Hunt easily, like besides Hammer, it was the 2 oldest guys in the field. That's the difference.
They changed
Even when
the
Cleary's
game.
playing.
No.
Cleary has yet to outplay Cherry Evans.
It's just experience. It's just
pulls the right
experience.
strings. And you see like at club level, Cherry Evans go too much
Yeah.
and kind of fuck.
But
in a team like this, he just pulls
he doesn't
the right
have
strings.
to.
I really think, and him having someone like Ben Hunt helps. Because Ben Hunt's kicked the most 40-20s in Origin history.
Yeah. So in that sense, that was like the biggest game change for me. As soon as Cherry Evans kicked that 40-20, I was like,
and that was it. It was 20-10 at that point.
And that was it.
And then
because that was literally at like the 60th minute mark. And that...
A couple minutes later, they scored.
That was it. But yeah, I thought Queensland played... I I mean, they didn't
did
play
what
their
they had to
best,
do.
but
And
they
they
were
did-
just the better
That's the
side.
thing. They didn't play the best. They still won 38-10.
10.
They didn't play the best. They still scored after 5 minutes. When it was 13-13.
So Queensland just had the better attacking side and the better game plan.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the better game plan. I wouldn't make so if Reece Walsh is out, do you keep Hammer and Cobbo?
I don't understand why people are so like, he's going to be back. That hit was ruthless.
Just because he stood up straight away doesn't mean he's okay.
And the problem with the brain and that you don't know.
You don't know. When
Like
I come back from my concussions that were not any, the first few were, but the other ones haven't been anywhere near as bad as that, and not back to a sport that is high contact towards the head. For the first probably month of me returning, I felt horribly dizzy. I had no balance. Every time I caught the ball and was knocked, I'd be falling over. Like, I just felt so dizzy.
Yeah. And the flip side of that is, delayed
reaction.
He passed his, cognitive test. He was obviously ruled out.
A lot of my concussions, as the more and more you get, the more of them become a delayed. A lot of my final ones, I've been fine for 24 hours. Then the next 24 hours, I've spent vomiting and in the
It was
AR.
like Pappenhau's Magic Round 2020. When up until that point, I don't believe he had any history of concussion. He got knocked out cold. He missed 10 weeks.
Yeah. It's just
Like, it was just that was.
You've got to be so careful.
He's so careful.
Coming
But
back.
he's already had a couple
And
big ones this year.
some people bounce back fast.
Yeah.
And others it just depends on where they hit you to. The whip, and because it was the chin as well, you got to not only the back of the head, but also the whiplash.
And because he's ruled out for 2 games, so he will not play a club game before the next Origin.
I wouldn't want to be putting him back in that position, especially when you have Hammer and Cobbo that can come in.
And you have Kalen Ponga, who's nearly had to retire from head highs.
As
a fullback, well, not head highs, but concussions.
He's
He's already had some this year. You've already won game 1. He won't get to play a game before thing. If he's healthy, fit, fine, of course. And Billy, from all accounts, it's like his fucking son.
Yeah.
It seems like his son, which I kind of feel bad for Kalen. Because it was almost like the older son's moved out. The older son's moved out of home.
Poor Kalen.
And the baby brother's now there. Because when Kalen Ponga was there, it was the exact same thing. It was Billy fucking loves Kalen.
And now
He's
Billy
around
loves
for-
Reece.
Older brothers had to move out of home. Baby brother.
It's classic older brother, younger brother syndrome. It's just not fair.
But I love it.
The younger siblings will never understand.
I mean, then you go, if Kalen wasn't hurt as well, if Kalen wasn't hurt, Kalen 1000% would have been jersey 17.
Oh, yeah.
He would have been in Cobbo's position.
Yeah.
Which would have been awesome to see. Anyway,
So I think...
I just think it's not...
I don't think it's worth the risk.
It just depends. Like, they're not going to...
But you have the opportunity for game 3 at home.
Yeah. So, if he's healthy, let's assume he's healthy.
Yeah.
If he's healthy, yes, he's there. If he's healthy, there is only one change I make in that team.
Yeah.
And I think everyone played well. They did their job.
Yeah.
I'm hearing that people saying Jaden Seward didn't do great. Jaden Seward fucking killed it.
I think he could.
He made an error or two. Jesus Christ. Newsflash, guys make errors. Do you know what I mean? And guess what? If you can defend your errors...
That's the thing. You can make an error, but if you can defend it and learn from an error, that's what matters.
So Paddy Carrigan, fucking unreal as
So
always.
who is
forward, unreal. Ruben Cotter, dog. Jermaine Hopgood, his offloads, excellent. And to be throwing those offloads, your debut, excellent.
So
the only
who's
change I
changed?
make is Mo Fodawaker out, David Fafita. David Fafita, because you saw the impact that Spencer Linu made.
Oh, huge.
David Fafita could do that.
Yeah.
That is Queensland's answer right there. That I 100% bring him in. You saw him in the weekend.
Oh, he killed it.
He played great. And you see, when he goes, fuck you, he
goes-
will just bowl dudes over. He will take 4 of them. He looked at Cody Walker and said, fuck you, bruh. Bowled him over, carried him 10 metres, scores on top of him. I've never seen a forward take more dummy half runs.
Yeah.
Like, I think he doesn't, I just think he's perfect.
Yeah.
If he's healthy, that is the change I make. Obviously Harry Grant, yes. And again, assuming that he's healthy, Reece Walsh, Hammer's still centre.
Yeah.
Cobbo on the bench. I love it.
Yeah.
David Fafita. You can play David Fafita in the centres if you have to.
Yeah.
You can play him in the front row. You can play him in the middle. You can play him on the second row, obviously. Just impact. And
Yeah.
you even just go, Dave, if you need him to play 80 minutes, he can play 80 minutes.
He can.
But you could go, Dave, give me 30 minutes, just see what Spencer's doing, match that.
Yeah. And he will. And he'll do better.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That going hot and horny. That's what I think. He has to be in.
I just don't like when you say that's a bit weird.
Sorry. That got me excited. Yeah, that's the only change I
When
make.
does the team list come out for game 2?
Not for 2 weeks.
Okay. Like the week before then?
Yeah, the week before. Well, yeah, the Sunday night, and then there'll be a round, and then there. So it's always 10 days before, or 11 days before.
So it'll be like next week.
Next Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
next Sunday. But
So-
yeah, David Feeder for Mo Footawake. Now, if Reece Walsh is ruled out, which again, I won't be shocked if he is, obviously Hammer's fullback.
Hammer, Cobbo in the centres.
Cobbo
Who do you
jump
put?
straight into the centres.
Who do you put on the bench?
I'm still taking David Fafita.
Yeah.
You would have Hopgood, David Fafita, Harry Grant. If you want an outside back,
Who are you taking?
or if you wanted to, you could keep Cobbo on the bench, and you could bring Gagai into the centres.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Again, he's been playing good, and
He has.
He's that old dog. You know he's not going to let you down. You could do that if you
Yeah.
wanted to. If you want to keep your explosive on the bench,
yeah.
you could even bring him on the bench. You could do that.
Yeah.
Cobbo in the centres. Or you could go... You could then use David Feeder in that role.
Yeah.
He doesn't cover your backs, though.
No.
I think that you could see Gagai in a centre
centre.
and
Cobbo still on
Cobbo
the
on
bench.
the bench.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. One or the other.
Yeah.
I just think I could see Cobbo's explosiveness
Yeah.
more. But yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what other... Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what other back you would
I don't know.
choose. Smoky, but if you put Cobbo in the centres, I could see someone like Xavier Savage.
Mm.
You know who that is?
No.
I've loved Xavier Savage. He's a winger for the Raiders. He's the one that came in 2021. He's the reason Chance isn't at the fucking Raiders anymore. He came in, everyone fell in love with him. He's lightning quick
Yeah.
at fullback. And then the next year, they fuck off Chance. The next year, Ricky doesn't play him. Goes, fuck you, bruh. Just doesn't play him the whole year. Then
So
this year, he's
weird.
coming on the wing. He's been unreal. He takes tough carries. He's lightning quick. He's good in the air. It's a smoky. But if you want explosive outside back on the bench,
Yeah.
oh yeah. I thought he's a smoky. I like that. If he's healthy, another one you could bring is Philip Sammy,
Yeah.
who's played Origin in 2020 when we had like an all-time bad side. He's gotten so much better since then. That's another one. Gagai, Phil Sammy, or fucking Smokey Xavier Savage. He could be... the more I think about that, I love that. I might send Reese a message, just tell him like, sit this one out, and I'll send Billy a message as well.
Okay. Well, moving on to the round games.
But next, moving on to the round games. So the week is the talking points.
The
what
talking
are they?
points. The first one is like the rules. So
I've
first,
had a bit of
I've had a bit of
a tiff.
So the first one is the 7 tackle 20 meter restart for a dead ball.
Like, what is that
Thoughts?
shit? What is that shit? If it's an attacking kick, what's the fucking point?
I don't know.
What's the point? You see guys 10 meters out do a beautiful grabber, it bounces 1 centimeter too much. Or even if it's not,
Yeah.
they're 30 meters out. Even more, you see someone, they'll kick it downfield. Their team is trapped in their end.
Yeah.
They've made it 30 meters. They'll send one down the field. It's beautiful. But it bounces, and then it bounces, and then it bounces. 1 bounce too many. You've just been fucked to get out of your own end. You do a beautiful 50, 60 meter kick. Because it bounces 1 time too many, you now have to put up with a 20 meter restart and 7 tackles.
Why can't it just be one or the other? Like 7 tackles or a 20 meter restart?
It should just be... just make it 7 tackles.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a 20-minute restart.
Just to play the
ball. And if you want to go, okay, if it's a big kick like that, tough luck.
Yeah.
But attacking kicks, if it's an attacking kick, why are you paying that sort of crime?
I don't know.
That's your punishment for an attacking kick? Especially now, like dropouts. I fucking hate dropouts now.
Yeah.
Because you know what's going short every time.
Yeah.
And there's not even a penalty if they fuck it up now.
I know.
Like, there's literally no consequence. So not only if you do a great attacking kick and they force it out, chances are you're probably not going to get the ball back anyway.
Yeah.
Now, if you do a perfect attacking kick, but it bounces one time too many, 20-meter restart, 7 tackles. Like Nico Hines, I thought it was a pretty good kick in the first couple of minutes. It bounced out. You now have to put up with that. We scored the next set.
Yeah.
It's such a punishment. Now, it was introduced because Billy Slater, aka the fucking GOAT, aka the smartest man, aka the second smartest man in rugby league, he, like, Billy's bananas. I mean, obviously, and I think we knew, I was saying that I'm the smartest man in rugby league.
Yeah, we got it. Just keep moving on.
I'm not sure if I mentioned it. I do hold something that he doesn't have. 1 trophy.
You actually make me just want to leave the room whenever you just go off topic.
So I haven't had to take this back.
It just makes it so hard. Like, if I was a listener, I'd throw my phone against a wall.
Okay, that's ableist. And I want you to know that. But anyway, me and Billy fucking always catch it in the full. And so that was literally the reason. He would always catch it in the full. So teams kind of just went, hey, fuck you, bruh. We're just going to kick it dead. Like, actually, I don't want you touching the ball. Because that was like one of them. It's the most underrated part of his game. You talk to anyone who ever played against him, you couldn't find him out of position. Someone like Latrell, you find him out of position all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Someone like Tyrell Sloan, arguably the most frustrating man to watch in rugby league. You know, in my humble opinion. Out of position all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Billy Slater, you couldn't. You could not catch him out of position. So teams just went, hey, fuck you, I'm going to kick it dead from 75 metres out. So that's why they introduced it. But I think it's such a shit rule. Another one you saw in the weekend, Dragons game. Kyle Flanagan. What the fuck is a double movement? What? And we talk about shepherds. We're not even going to talk about shepherds and obstructions. Another one we've gone on. What's a double movement?
What's it? Well, I thought a double movement was the most simple thing that your ball carrying arm didn't touch the ground.
Yeah, your ball carrying arm touches the ground and then you promote it.
And if you're in a tackle still.
Yeah, without momentum, you lift your arm, promote it forward. Kyle Flanagan on the weekend is tackled. He's on his back. The ball carrying arm, the ball doesn't touch the ground at all. He's still full momentum. He's not held, rolls over, puts the ball on the ground. Scores a try. It's as sure a thing as you can see. The ref thinks it's a try. The bunker instead goes, no, it's a double movement. What I cannot be clearer. The ball doesn't touch the ground. At no point does his arm, elbow, forearm, bicep touch the ground. His shoulder doesn't touch the ground. He's in the fucking air. You're under me, holding me up. Yeah, I was yawning too, watching it. He's up like this, rolls over, puts the ball down, scores a try. No, it's not a try. Okay. That also got me thinking. Not only is that not a double movement, but why is it a rule?
I don't know.
Like, you see all the time. And then another game on the weekend, I want to say Bryce Cartwright, but I don't think that's... No. I can't remember who it was, but I saw a player, and they did the most blatant, like the most blatant textbook example of a double move I've ever seen in my life, and he knew it immediately.
I thought it was the Tigers.
Was it the Tigers?
Yeah, I was watching.
I don't know. I can't remember who it was, but yeah, whoever it was, might have been Tigers. No,
pretty sure it was.
It might be. Was it Jaden Sullivan? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was the Tigers.
Whoever it was. Anyway, tackled, cannot help themselves, reaches out,
and then hits himself in the head.
Yeah. Like, you just knew it immediately. But also, why is that not allowed? If you are that close to the line, if your arm is free, why can't you do that?
I don't know.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tigers, Paul Gallen gets into Benji's legacy once again.
Oh, yeah, because the team's doing shit. Bruh, there was shit before him, there was shit with him, and there was shit after him. It's the Tigers. Next.
Yeah, well, it's just like, with that, I feel that everyone's number one priority has to be their family. And I don't think he should be criticized for just saying that out loud. Yeah, Billy Slater says that he watches every single Queensland player and does all this. But no doubt would his number one priority still be his family. You know what I mean? So I find it really just like, ugh, of Paul Gallen, like kind of want to punch him in the head kind of comment, like just shut up. Like some of the comments you make are good, but other comments make me just get secondhand embarrassment for you saying that and just make me realize why you're a meat-headed footballer. Yeah. What are you doing? You're just saying and on your phone.
I'm looking up our listener responses.
Oh, okay. And the next one for the Tigers was Galvin already once out. Not a good run.
Not a good look. Your best player, besides Appy Coruscant, an 18-year-old that no one had ever heard of before this year.
Already wants to leave you because your team's...
Apparently he tried to leave before this year, gets a debut, your second best player, and he still now goes, I want to get the fuck out of here. But it's been denied, so that's going to be great for morale.
I don't want to be another Luke Brooks. It's probably what he's thinking.
Luke probably gave him a call.
Yeah, you're going, mate,
Bro,
get
the biggest
out.
mistake of my career was staying there for 10 years too many.
Get out now.
Bro, be Mitch and be Teddy and get the fuck out of there.
And
Do not be
Pappenhausen.
me. Yeah, don't be me.
Well, it's
don't stay.
Well, it's like he wants to go, which I think would be interesting. Well, Luai goes to the Tigers next year. He wants to do a swapsy and go to Penrith and play.
Fuck yeah,
and play and learn from Nathan Cleary.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, that's what I saw today.
Oh, I didn't say that. I can't fucking blame him. I'd be calling up
anybody.
Call up the goddamn Bulldogs at this point. The Dragons are in the top 8. Come Ben Hunt. You want to go? I'll take your spot. Me and Flanner. Be fucking better than here. Yeah. Not a good look.
Not a good look
Not a good
for the poor Tigers. And
Can't blame him.
the last two for the Dolphins.
A couple of big Dolphin news.
TPJ signs with them.
Yeah, you know what's his name? Say his full name for people.
I don't really think I want to though.
Just for people that might know his abbreviation. People aren't good with abbreviations.
I don't know how to pronounce it, so I think you might need to.
It's all right. We're all culturally sensitive.
No, I don't want to.
So Tavita Pangai Jr.
Yes,
Again, I stuff it up, so you were trying to save me. So thanks. That's very thoughtful. Big Tavita. An interesting signing. He retired last year, said that he hated league. He only ever played it because his parents made him play it. He said that I don't take orders from halfbacks or coaches. So he went, I'm going to be a fucking boxer now.
That's someone you want in your side.
I think he had like 2 fights. Couldn't really get any fights. And his last one, he got knocked out cold. And I think the first round. And then he was like, I want to go to Melbourne. And Bellamy was like,
No.
You might want us.
We don't want you.
We don't want you, bruh. So... No, Melbourne just flat out said, no. Thanks, don't want you. And now he's with the Dolphins. And you go, it's like, his potential is very high. He can be Spencer Leniu at his best. Like, he can do that. Unfortunately, haven't seen his best for a long time. As we said, openly has it said he doesn't take orders from halfbacks
or coaches.
He hates rugby league. He only ever did it because he was good at it and his parents made him. Then he really wanted to go to Melbourne, and Melbourne said, no. Not fucking... And publicly, too. No. Then goes to the Dolphins, to perhaps the only other coach you would trust with him.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason he wanted to go with Bellamy.
Yeah.
Or I guess, again, and even just say that you catch it, you don't give Ivan Cleary the credit he deserves. Yeah. So you can say there's 3 coaches you can respect. Like, him with Cleary, him with a Bellamy, him with a Bennett. Makes sense. And you go, if it's just for this year, it's effective immediately... At its best, yes.
Yeah.
Would I have done it? No. But then you hear a week later, Tom Flegler's career is potentially in danger. Does that... So then it makes a little bit more sense. Okay, you're not getting him back. And he's your big, strong, aggressive front rower.
At least not this year. They're saying he might be back next year.
Well, hopefully. It's one of those unfortunate ones where it's all nerve damage.
Yeah.
And it's like the heads. You don't know how a guy with a head knock is gonna react. I remember when I was playing AFL, and then Will, shout out, he came from Karma. He played one game, got a really bad. He got knocked out cold in a game.
Yeah.
Never played again. Retired.
Really?
At that point, he would have been like, what, 27? From what, like, I don't know if he had a history of head knocks. He later then became the coach. Great guy. To my knowledge, one knockout.
And
That was it. He had to retire. He could not play again. That was the start of the year. Retired. Couldn't play again. Like, the headache, he couldn't. It's something like this, nerve damage, same. Again, at the time, they were like, oh, it's going to be 8 to 10 weeks. And now all of a sudden it's season, and now all of a sudden it's potentially his career's over.
Yeah.
Even the Dolphins, fucking so unluckily. Poor old Tommy Gilbert, I still don't think he's had his surgery on his ACL.
I know.
Because he had the blood clots, and he's had shit. I don't even know if he's had the surgery yet.
And that's 12 months from the surgery.
Yeah. But anyway, back on this, it makes more sense now.
Yeah.
Your big, strong, aggressive front row is done for the year. Sign a big, at his best,
A big
strong, aggressive front rower. Makes a lot more sense. It also makes sense if he then is a 1-year deal. Wayne Bennett's going to the Rabbitohs next year. Maybe he brings him with him. But at the same time, you want to change the culture of the Rabbitohs. Probably not the player to change the culture. But, so shout out Tommy Flegler. I hope it's
okay.
Hope it's not. Also, another, on this, shout out Cody Ramsey. You're obviously a big fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he plays for...
The Dolphins.
But they start with a D.
Dragons.
He plays for the Dragons. He came out, burst out of the scenes, had a great debut, and he was made popular because his mum was in the crowd and she was going fucking nuts. And anyway, he was great. He was the fullback. He'd taken that position from Sloan. Looked great. Then last year, fucking out of nowhere, he gets like this fucking rare disease and gone. Vanished. Like he got a fucking like disease, some sort of stomach disease, nearly died.
When did this happen?
Last year. It was the end of 2022, start 2023. But look up Cody Ramsey if you want. He was a great promising. He was a fullback for them. He was a future.
Yeah.
He was sometime 2022. Yeah, got some sort of rare fucking blood disease, lung disease, something. I'm getting the details all fucked up. Anyway, rare disease. Not only is that, and no one really knew because no one's ever. It's a very rare disease. But then
you've said rare disease about 50,000 times.
Because
Can you get to your
eyes
point?
Up rugby league show. We don't look at the facts. We don't look at the information.
Can you get to the point? We haven't even gotten to this week's games yet.
Not only they didn't know what was going to happen, but then it was his career's done. This is the first time in 2 years he's actually been able to train, run, take the field.
Wow.
I saw him in a photo on the Dragon social the other day, like at a school visit. Didn't look good. Was so skinny, like understandably. And I'm like, oh my God, like he's... Because that's the thing, no one said anything about it because no one knows. It's like, I guess people just assume like his career's probably over, but hopefully he's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was back at actually being able to train, have a field session with the boys. He hasn't been able to just have a session for like 2 years.
Wow.
So, I mean, fingers crossed, that's a very promising sign. Hopefully he can come back. Because he was looking really good at fullback. He'd really come into his own. Hopefully. So I just shout out to Kyle. He's a big fan. He listens.
Shout out.
And yeah, look, I looked it up before when I was potentially zoning out. But listener responses this week, again, we don't have time. Like, we're running out of time. So I'll just choose one. And so this was just the automatic question. I didn't even ask this. It was just, what's your call for the upcoming round? Full credit. And just picking one randomly. Anakin M. Not sure if we've had that guy before, but Anakin has made a big call. And you got to give full credit. He said, well, half and half. He said Rabbits to double up with 2 wins in 2 weeks.
Yeah. They did.
Should have trusted this random listener. I've never seen his name before, but maybe this kid's got a future. I should have listened to that. Then he said Hunt and Lomax to return to the Dragons, only to be beaten by the Tigers. And for 20 minutes, that looked really fucking accurate. Unfortunately, the second half happened, and it was 46-0
and the Tigers,
so that kind of backfired. And so this week, I'm thinking, you know what? For the listener question, which I'm not sure if I've been clear where it is. It's on the Spotify episodes. So when you're listening, it's actually right there. Pretty easy. Anakin found it. I was thinking, we could, so instead of maybe people don't want to respond to questions. Maybe people want to ask questions. So, you're going to open up. What's your questions? And it can be anything. It can be
People
league
just
related.
don't want to interact with us.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm trying. I'm sorry, I'm trying. You know, they say one of the first steps to success is failure.
Okay.
That's your second ableist remark. And I'm keeping track. So, yeah, any questions? Like, it can be footy related. It can be life related. It could be anything. Let's just see if you can ask a question. And we'll respond.
We're getting to the begging stages
We're getting close.
of your podcast
Getting close.
already.
Well, now you know. Yeah, you never think you're going to get there. You can get there pretty quick. So, just any questions. And again, if we ever we could be time restraints. I could only be able to choose one. But if there's more, like we've got time, we'll prioritize. Should we have a poll?
I think we should just move on to this week's
Yeah,
round.
why don't we add a
It's already
poll?
been an hour and 10 minutes.
You're right.
And you've been blabbing on. And
We don't want to waste time. We don't. So yeah, if you got questions, in the episode description of Spotify. Yeah, moving on to what was the first game of the week?
It was the Dragons versus the Tigers.
Sure was. Dragons winning 56-14. We've mentioned this game a few times already. Like, we'll be pretty quick in the reviews. We don't want to hold yous. Like, we all got busy lives, and I watched every minute of every game because I wasn't upset about like not winning the comp. I think I've been pretty clear on that one. Yeah, I think the big takeaway is if the Dragons are losing 10-0,
They're in.
they've won.
They're won.
They're fucking won. 2 weeks in a row,
Just if
down
you
10-0,
pick the,
look dog shit. Unreal second half.
I can't believe Ben Hunt and Lomax both backed up from two.
Zach Lomax, 32 points, 3 tries, 10 of 10.
And he killed it in Origin. He worked hard.
He was top 3 player in Origin.
He worked
for New
hard.
South
Ben
Wales.
Hunt worked hard in Origin.
Yeah, you're right. They were both top 3 players for their respective states.
States.
And then there were the top 2 players for their team. What the fuck?
It's crazy.
Oh my God.
All for Win Entertainment Centre.
All that makes me think is the Eels next year, wow.
Yeah. Good.
If the Eels stay healthy next year,
Well, if I was Zach Lomax, I'd be feeling a little bit better about my decision now that Moses and Gutho are back.
yeah. But then at the same time, it always happens a year too late. Because you look at the Dragons now. You look at how he's being used.
I
You look at the
know.
new coach,
The
the
Dragons are
culture, Ben
going
Hunt
good.
staying, and you're like, bro. And even him, part of him would have to be like, bro, you couldn't have done this for the last fucking 6 years. I've been here.
Yeah.
We've been dog shit. Like his first year was when Gareth Widdop was he was basically Ben Hunt before Ben Hunt was
Yeah.
that team. Got used to the finals. The Dragons got to the finals. They won 15-0 against the Broncos. It was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Since then, unfortunately, his rookie year was the peak of the Dragons.
Yeah, it was.
So it always happens a year too late. But you go, now look at you.
I know.
What if he stayed? But thank God he is leaving because I guarantee he stays and it won't.
Well, what's poor Ben Hunt going to do?
Oh, I think he's just given up. He's just going, hey, I'll just have fun 3 games a year for Queensland.
And
The rest
be
of the
like
year-
Appy Coruscant at the Tigers.
But see, the difference is Appy to the Tigers, you feel bad, but at the same time, he won comps. He's
Yeah.
won 3 premierships.
Yeah. Has Ben Hunt won a premiership? He hasn't won a premiership.
That's what the
and
thing
he's
was.
stuck
Exactly.
at the Dragons.
He's stuck. That's why I was saying, perfect world, and I think it could happen. I want Ben Hunt at Melbourne.
I can't believe he's never won a premiership.
That's the thing.
That's sad.
And that's what the whole thing of his career was. In 2015, grand final, golden point, he drops the bomb.
Oh,
Off the kickoff, he drops the kickoff to extra time. Cowboys score their first set. That's what he's known for. Like, that was the joke for forever. That's the closest he's got. He's only played in 1 grand final. It was 2015.
that's crazy.
And yeah, he's a top 5 half, top 5 hooker. Like, yeah, that's why he wants to go to a club to win comps. That's why it's like, bro, get out of the Dragons. But he'd signed that extension and now a final and stuff. He's in a very awkward position. Is he staying? Is he not? That's why I was saying I want him at Melbourne.
Yeah.
That's a team that can win comps. You have all the Queenslanders there, including Billy.
But what do you do with Harry?
At club, you would have Harry Grant starting in number 9. Because I also don't want Harry Grant having to play 80 minutes every week. And with all due respect, I don't want a cover for number 9 to be Tyron Wishart or Like, I love Tyron Wisher at 14.
Okay, we're getting off Ben Hunt now.
I want
and the
Ben Hunt
Dragons.
at 14 for the
Okay,
That's
so back
what I
to the
want.
Dragons, and then so we've said about that, and now
or does he play 7?
And Tigers.
Plays 6. Cameron Must plays 13. I don't know.
Tigers.
Better than fucking Josh King.
Tigers.
Tigers. I don't want to talk about it, to be honest with you. They do, but it's just.
Why do they make so many silly errors?
Oh, I fucking feel bad. I feel so bad for Benji.
I mean, you
I
can't
feel so
control
bad
them.
for him.
You can't control like the errors.
When he says every week, and you just know it. Usually, they play 60 minutes of great footy.
Good boy.
And then
Yeah.
gets 20 minutes of a tight game, and they just fall apart. Everything good they've done, they do the opposite.
Yeah.
This game, it was the opposite. For 20 minutes, they looked excellent.
Yeah.
It was 10-0 quick. You're going, wow. Tigers are on here. They hadn't made a single mistake. I think it was like
Yeah.
the first 15 minutes, there wasn't a single mistake.
No.
Then the commentators said that. Then the commentators mentioned there hadn't been a single mistake. The next 4 sets in a row, the Tigers made a mistake. That is not me exaggerating. Soon as they fucking mention it, 4 sets in a row, knock on. It's like, okay, that's a coincidence. Next set, knock on. Next set, knock on. And then they just fell apart. The second half, they lost 46-0. It was 14-4. Like, I just don't understand it. Like I said, usually if they play 60 minutes are great and then forget how to play.
Dragons went on a tri-fest.
46-0 the second half.
Crazy.
After 20 minutes, it was 10-0. And they do it every week. That's why I tipped the Dragons. I wasn't nervous at all because they're going to fall apart. So I don't even know what the Tigers do.
No.
I think on the whole Benji talk, look at the Bulldogs. Like, you got to give them time. Last year, everyone expected the Bulldogs to be hot.
You need to give them time.
They were shit. This year,
They're hot.
top 8 team. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying the Tigers are going to be that because
No.
the Tigers are even shitter than them. But there's nothing to say about the Tigers. Just like there's nothing to say about our next game, the Titans going down to the Rabbitohs 46-12. Now, Finton, you made a mistake. Yes, the Titans have spirit. Yes, the Titans have improved. But the Titans fucking hate playing at home.
Yeah.
The Dragons, if they're at win. If the Titans are on the Gold Coast,
They lose.
they fucking suck. They've won 1 out of 6 games there this year.
Really?
Yeah.
That's-
the first game of the year I watched this year, and they lost, 38-12 against the Dragons? They've won 1 out of 6 home games.
So bad.
They fucking hate playing at homes. They go, yeah, I know we got one of the best teams. Yeah, I know it's the Gold Coast. Yeah, we got grit. Fuck our home fans.
yeah.
I don't want to play here. That's pathetic.
It is so bad.
All their grit, all their heart. You're versing the Rabbitohs,
Yeah.
who are dog shit. And you know the Rabbitohs can do this. Them scoring 46 is not surprising. Them doing it this year, yes. Them doing it against arguably like the team that's shown the most clear like grit this year. Unbelievable. Mm-hmm. And again, when it was 10-0, I wasn't nervous at all.
No.
Because that's what the Titans do this year.
Yeah.
They fucking hate playing at home.
Yeah.
And they hate like playing good the whole time. And they hate getting leads.
Yeah.
They fucking hate leads. They're like the opposite Tigers. They wait until the 70th minute to get a lead.
Yeah.
This game, yeah, it was like 12-0. You're going, this is disgusting. And then they scored 2 tries. And you went, okay, this is all right. And then they just forgot how to play. So they were dog shit. And then the Rabbitohs, on the other hand, yeah, played good. They played to their potential and did what they can do. But that's about it. The Cowboys and the Warriors win 42-12. Now, my margin for this game was 1 point. What did you think the margin was going to be?
2.
So, a little bit off on that regard. I am glad I made the change to the Warriors, though. As soon as I saw them getting their players back.
Yeah.
But I
never doubted the Wars.
This was probably the shock of the round. I predicted the Warriors.
I didn't think it was going to be this big, though.
The two teams who you're like, they've found their identity back.
Identity. I thought it was going to be like to the wire.
Well, 1 and 2 points.
Yeah.
Hey, we got it right. Oh, I was 29 points off. Like, I just thought it was going to be, I thought it was going to be down the wire.
Me too.
It wasn't down the wire.
And it wasn't at
Wires
Wires home as well. It was
at Townsville. They had their Origin plays back. And the Warriors just went, fuck you. Unreal.
They killed it.
They did. There's And, like, I didn't even... Yeah. There's only one takeaway from this game for me.
What's that?
Prove the point. If I put money on something, it doesn't happen.
Then stop putting your money on it.
Can't help myself. But this one was just funny, right? Because I was just like... I thought it was going to be a thriller down the wire. I didn't know which way it was going to go. But so I didn't put money on it. I made the smart decision. I went, I'm not certain of this. Let's play smart football. Because your losing streak, which you just beat, climb it up pretty quickly. You kind of get back there at a fast rate. So I actually gambled responsibly. I said no. But in my head, I was like, what I would have done. I would have said Warriors to win. I would have said chance to score.
Yeah.
And I would have said AFB to score.
You would have said 1 to 12 though.
No, I wouldn't have bet. I wouldn't have bet a margin because I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
So the first try scorer of the game was chance. I believe the second try scorer was AFB.
Yeah.
So within 10 minutes, the result was sealed. The one game I don't put money on. Everything hit within 10 minutes. So I went, okay, our next game, Broncos versus Sharks. Hey, look what happened. Like, and it was just like, at the time though, I wasn't thinking if I don't put money in it won't happen. I was like, I'm the Nostradamus of rugby league. Like, I get this. So I went, Broncos, let's go crazy. I put on like a 5-leg multi. Do you think anything hit?
No.
No. Not even one fucking thing landed.
So glad I went the Sharks.
So then I had to chase my losses on the other games, and that also didn't work. So I'm not going to say what the streak's back up to, but it's back up to something. Unlike the Broncos, they're not up to something. They're back up to being shit. I think they might miss the A. And now, when I said last week that the Sharks are done, throw them in the bin, that was just a joke.
It
Comedy
wasn't.
was hyperbolic.
You were being mean.
I believe in them. I think I've always said Braden Trindle's a 7. I've always said it. I've always said...
Yeah, I wonder what they're going to do next week.
I think he
when
was
Nico's back.
framed. I think he was framed for that stuff.
Have you seen his face? No offense.
He's my age. You know how crazy that is?
He looks 35.
Jeez, he might be younger than me. That's the worst part about watching rugby league is you aging. You know, when you're in your 20s. This guy's my age. He's younger than me. Feels weird.
Look what he's doing with his life. Look what you're doing with yours.
I think I'm probably doing better things in my life.
Yeah, I know.
So, but yeah, it is funny. Yeah, sometimes it's depressing. I look at the hammer and go, that guy's 21. What the fuck? Could I just have the beard?
No.
I don't need the career. Like, I could have had it, obviously, but, like, my knee, kind of, I don't want to talk about it, but...
Anyway, back to the Sharks versus the Broncos.
Okay, I guess that's important.
The Broncos, I don't know. I watched a little bit of this game.
Yeah, you watched this game.
I was just really... It's just their 80-minute performance is not happening, and they just went completely missing in the second half. And it's like and I watched like the post-game interview as well, and like what Kevy was saying, I was like, you cannot fault like their origin players that they had. Like they were trying their guts out, but it's like the others there, they just weren't in to support them. They were just making silly errors, bad choices. And it just wasn't paying off. And they're just not consistent. No. And the Sharks just were grinding. And I thought the Sharks played really well.
Well, they got back to their identity.
Yeah, they played really well.
And it was 10-0 quick.
Yeah.
10-0 after 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Which, at the start of the year, you're like, they can come back.
Yeah.
The last 2 weeks, you're like, no, they can't.
Yeah. But now they found their identity again, which is really good.
It was really good.
And I was the only one that tipped them, so that made me feel better.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that believed in them.
Yeah, it's full credit to you. Mm-hmm. And again, you
even tried to guilt trip me into staying because you were so certain that the Broncos were going to win.
No.
You were like, yeah, honey, like you should definitely go for it. Like they definitely can do it. Like you've seen it happen this year.
I'm not going to have my good name sullied by the likes of you. I would mean supportive. Just because I'm supportive and gaslighting are different things.
You were
I won't hear otherwise. I wasn't. I was being genuinely supportive.
Then why didn't you think that...
I said I don't think it's going to happen, but I said if you think it's going to happen, back yourself. So I can't be supportive?
Yeah, no.
Of course I thought it was a stupid decision, but what am I going to say?
And then you're pissed off that it pulled
I stopped watching. I didn't watch a single minute of football after this. Because I went the early crow. It was 10-0. I stopped watching. I was playing Fallout. I was having time of my life. I flick it back on. What the fuck?
So anyway, well done, Sharkies. You're not dead.
Yeah.
You're not in the bin.
It could be. Next,
anyway,
when we do look at team lists, it will Nico will be back. It will be interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited for team lists.
Braden Trindle
So
has
can
the
we
jump on him.
Move on so we can get
But
to
Dan Atkinson's been great. Dan the man. Storm 36-28 over the Knights.
a little bit more high scoring than I thought it was going to be, if I'm being honest. Like from the Knights. Like the Storm let in a few more points than I thought.
It is a weird game. Like, if the Storm had a loss, I believe I said it last week, I wouldn't have been shocked.
I wouldn't have been shocked.
It's just the sort of game that Knights, teams get up to versus the good teams.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't have been shocked. And the Knights are a good team. These are my grand final winners here. So, like, it was a fucking nail biter for me.
But it was just like a high scoring game.
It is the concern of Storm, and it's crazy. Storm are leading the comp. They haven't had a good game this year.
No, it's very weird.
Like, they
Very
haven't played...
uncharacteristic Storm errors.
No, like, they have not played one full 80-minute game this year.
No.
Their best...
They've been super unlucky with injuries, though.
They have. And it's just because it's their spine. We never fucking get to see our spine.
All your money is there.
It's the best spine in the comp. It's honestly, on paper,
no
it's the best spine of all
Pappenhausen
time.
and no Munster is like, it's huge.
And we never get it. And like, again, if how long has been exposed, not exposed, but when you've seen him for flashes on the wing or coming off the bench, unreal.
And now you've
But
got
80 minutes of fullback is a different ball game. So naturally, make that clear, naturally, not having the same impact.
Oh, yeah.
But it's just hard when, yes, your team is your spine and we never get to fucking see it. And
Yeah.
not only it was a Pappenhausen, now it's Munster. And Wishy's been great, but like, what I'm saying is, we haven't had a good 80-minute game this year.
No.
We're leading the comp.
Yeah.
We've beat Penrith. We've beat Roosters. We've beat...
And that's what I mean. How it's like people
every
don't.
team.
It's like people are so still critical of you. It's because like
it's
they know what
insane.
you can do.
Yeah.
And then it's like you're still making uncharacteristic errors.
And we don't have a Munster.
No.
We don't have Pappenhausen. It's crazy. But our forwards, like, it's just... Our middle defence, and it's been a problem all year.
Yeah.
And why the fuck? I don't understand. Like, in Bellyache we trust, but I don't understand his decisions. Not many people do. I don't get his forward pack. I don't get the bench. I don't fucking get it.
He doesn't want to
Why
win
are you
comps.
putting... We started the year, our forward pack looked great.
Yeah.
Yeah, get Billy in there. Like, with all due respect, Billy, like, maybe a year too long. Maybe a year too long. And again, we're winning the comp. Like, we're playing shit and we're leading the comp. Which just goes to show, like... And it's the exact same in the next game, Manly versus Penrith.
Yeah.
No, it's this game. Right there the whole time. Playing the better footy.
Yeah.
Melbourne, Penrith, they won't stop.
No.
They won't give up. And they'll find a way. They'll be playing shit for 80 minutes, 79 minutes.
And
they only
still-
need one good minute to score, to win the game. Josh King, we started the year, our forward pack was great. Josh King was 10, Trent Leara was 13, and Christian Welch was 14. It was fucking perfect. Then Bellyache decided to go, hey, I'm actually going to flip this on his head for no clear fucking reason. Josh King, we're going to put you back in 13.
No.
The only lock slower than Isaiah Yeo. Then we're going to say, Trent Leara, you've been great at 13. You're going to go back to the bench, bud. Christian Welch, your impact off the bench was great. We're going to start you again. And Big Nass, we're just still going to give you like 20 minutes a game. That's all. I don't get it. Why is Jack Howarth 18th man every fucking game?
I have no idea. Why can't he get in the side?
Get him in the side. The tiny amounts he's played, he's been great.
He
Get
must
him in the
not
side.
train well.
I don't get it. I got to give my respect to Grant Anderson. Probably the first time I've seen like, hey, this is why Bellyache likes him.
Yeah.
But it's hard because again, as I keep saying, Melbourne haven't played a good 80 minutes this year, but we keep winning. So it's just like this.
Yeah.
It's great, but at the same time, it would be nice to not let in 28 points against the Knights who just got fucked by the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? It would be cool. But anyway, whatever. Next, the Knights.
That's good to see them bounce back from the
And
game
finally,
against
Phoenix
the
Crossing
Bulldogs.
starting at 9.
Yeah, finally.
You know,
It works.
who would have fucking thought? Oh, the 9 that took us to a 10-game winning streak. Maybe we start him instead of, hey, I know he's our captain, but the guy that's missed the last 3 years of football. Maybe. I don't know. Who am I? Yeah, they're better, but they didn't win. So,
The next game.
fuck them. Panthers 32-20-22. Manly.
You just knew Panthers never lose 2 games
You
in a
just
row.
And again, it was 12-4 at one point. Manly
Right.
had scored 3 tries in a row. Tommy Talau, an 8-minute hat trick. Who I want to give a shout out. He's been unreal this year. Mm-hmm. You obviously know what position he plays.
Centre? No. He's moved to fullback. No, he's centre.
Are you locking in centre?
Yeah.
Yeah, centre wing. He's traditionally centre, but he's been moved to the wing this year. But then he played like centre a couple times. So nice work.
Thank you.
Fuck, you get football.
I do.
And comments like that don't at all make me upset that I'm losing the tipping comp. It actually makes me go,
Okay, Finton, you're getting
sorry,
off
I
track.
don't care about it, but I want just people. I just feel like people need
I'm
to.
getting tired.
Sorry.
Can we keep going?
Anyway, interesting takeaway from this game. He's been played really good. 2 wingers, the 2 left wingers scoring a hat trick each in the first half. That surely has never been done before. And again, Manly 12-4. Ruben Garrick unfortunately forgot his kicking boots. Classic commentator's curse.
Could have been
Classic commentator's
18-4.
curse. Paul Alamotti kicking for Penrith. I'm not sure if he's ever kicked a goal before. He misses. Eagles score their first try. I think it was Vossi goes, hey, could kicking be the difference this game? Ruben Garrick then misses his next 3 kicks. And I think at that point he'd only missed 1 kick from that spot all year.
Yeah.
Like just the definition of a commentator's curse. But even if it was 18-4, like you just knew. Penrith aren't going away.
No.
They made one error the entire game.
It's crazy.
They'd let in 3 tries down the exact same spot in a span of 8 minutes. Then we're winning at halftime 16-12 because they scored a hat trick of their own down their side. And then at full time, they fucking win. Like you just
know.
You just knew, like even at tipping Penrith, I wasn't nervous.
No, me either.
Because you're like, Manly have shown they can't play 80 minutes.
Yeah.
They will let a game slip. And Penrith, you just know if you don't kill them, they will come back.
Yeah.
So that's that game. And then the next game, the Bulldogs defeat the Eels 22-18. Shout out to loyal listener and loyal Bulldogs man, Sam and Josh. But Sam, I mean, I think I've got to believe.
Yeah, I think I've got to believe. I was really confident in the Eels though, and if they didn't forget to play footy in the last 5 minutes, I mean, they would have won.
With 5 minutes to go, the penalty count was 9-1 for Parramatta.
Yeah. How did they still lose?
Because they gave away 3 or 4 penalties in that last 5 minutes. They forgot how to fucking play.
Because the Dogs were just making consistent penalty after like in the first 5 minutes, and like good on the referee for actually blowing them consistently and being like, clean it up.
Yeah, it's like hard. On one hand, like some of them, like you can't get to 9-1, and some of them aren't harsh.
Yeah.
But also, a lot of the ones I saw, like
they were inside the 10.
It was good, like good calls. It's just tough, but. And then they had a sin bin, like they're just this year. The Dogs have found their bite.
I love it.
What the craziest thing about this week for the Dogs though is after the I just don't understand. After the Dragons game, so they hadn't played, right?
Yeah.
Dragons first game of the week. The Dragons, you look at the live ladder, were fucking 4th place. We've got a whole league. Wow, the Dogs are 4th. I was like, what the fuck? Come Monday, when the Dogs actually are playing, they were in 11th. That shows how tight the competition is. They hadn't fucking played, and they were 4th.
And now they're down. And then they were down to 11.
By the time they played, they're 11th.
So crazy.
And then they win the game, and they're 7th, and the Dragons 8th. Again, this year's top 8, can you bring it up? Because it is the... If you could have predicted this top 8 at the start of the year...
No. So we have Storm on 12 points. No, sorry. 22. Storm on 22 points. Sharks on 22 points.
Whose positions.
Then Penrith.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Then the Raiders.
Yeah.
Then the Roosters, the Bulldogs, and the Broncos.
So if you had the Raiders, the Dragons are 8th.
No, they're 9th. So
they fucking... No, are you sure?
I'm looking at it.
They were 8. So again, that's another one that they've dropped again.
Because their for and against is in the negatives, and -34, and Broncos for and against is 47.
Okay, well last time I saw it. But anyway, if you had to predict the fucking Dolphins, Raiders, Bulldogs, and let's just say anyway, the Dragons in your top 8 at round 14, what the fuck?
I know.
And like from round like team like 4 until like 12 are on the same point. Well, there's 2 points difference.
So from point So 0.4, 4 and 5 are on 18, 6, 7, 8, 9 on 16, 10 and 11 on 15, and 12 on 14.
Crazy.
So
Crazy.
there's like a game
It's crazy.
between them.
But yeah, on that game, the Dogs, they found their bite. The Eels played great until it mattered.
Yeah.
And then they sort of refound their Parramatta identity
yeah.
and went, hey,
And realised that we're 14th on the ladder.
I don't want to fucking win games. Like, let's just play like 70 minutes of really good football. And it was just crazy. The game, the first 10 minutes, Parramatta were on. Hot.
They were so good.
So good. Then Bryce Cartwright decides, hey, give me a crack at this ball playing thing. And just goes to short side, tackle 1 or tackle 2, 20 metres out from their line, goes short side, and just fucking bang. Throws it 30 metres out. Like, not even close. Literally,
So
no
bad.
bang. It goes fucking sailing over the sideline. The very next set, Stephen Crichton scores, Bulldogs are in. It was just like, and the Eels couldn't get back to that.
No.
They had 10 minutes of perfect football.
footy.
They have it's the definition of an unforced error. So, Sam, I found my bite, dude. Woof, woof.
Woof woof. All right. Well, on to next week's games. We'll go into the team list if you want to go through them.
Do you have them up?
Yeah, but I don't we've been through it. It's too many words for me to go through quickly. So the first game, we have the Sharks versus the Dolphins.
I fucking hate Bellamy. We have the Sharks and the... Sorry.
What are you doing?
I don't know. Sorry, I caught a glimpse of the Melbourne Storm.
But we're on Sharks versus the Dolphins.
I know, but I had it saved on Instagram, the team list, because I thought that might be a bit easier to see. Mm-hmm. But then it reset, and it saw the Melbourne one, and I just went, I fucking don't understand it. But anyway, actually, that doesn't help. Sorry, listeners.
Okay.
I'm being a bit fucking useless. Give me a sec.
Rough today.
Talk about what do you think's going to happen.
I don't know.
Talk about what's going to happen.
What do you mean?
Well, I've been rough. I'm saying I'm confused. And as they talk about, like, while I'm looking at the team, let's talk about what's going to happen in the game. And then it's just more... It's all right. Just
well, I think the Shark...
what are changes?
I don't know who's going to win.
Well, a quick look at the list. Answers have been solved. I love Kale Euro at centre. He's been unreal. And Talakai off the bench. I love that.
Yeah.
But Trindle gets the 6. Nico
Yeah.
at 7. Cody Nicarima named captain for the Dolphins. Good news, Jesse Bromwich. It is just rib injury. Should be back next week, hopefully.
Yeah.
They were thinking potentially career-threatening because he's retiring this year. Talakai in the second row. Yeah, Atkinson's 18th man. I thought that would probably be the case for the Dolphins. Kurt Donahue back in the 17. Felice starting at front row.
I'm going Sharks.
Hammer's back at fullback.
But it's at Cronulla, so I might go Dolphins.
And it falls into the game where I don't think Dolphins win.
And then they do. So right now I'm going Sharks, subject to change.
Actually, no. I was going to say no TPJ on the extended bench. I thought possibly.
But I think Nico's going to need a good game after Origin, and he knows it.
Wait, who did you say?
Sharks.
Oh, I don't know. I think Sharks win.
I'm going Sharks.
I think Sharks win. But it's at Shark Park.
I know.
And the Dolphins are going to lose.
I know.
And look at their odds.
I know.
I think the next game, the first 2 games are toss-ups for me.
I'm going Cowboys.
Raiders
Taulungi's back.
Cowboys at Canberra.
Again, Canberra is somewhere that doesn't like to win at
fucking
home.
playing at home.
And the Cowboys just
fucking
lost.
hate it.
They just got smashed to... I'm going Cows.
Yeah, see, that's Xavier Savage, the winger. The fucking shit photo. I don't know what he's doing with his hair there.
I'm going Cows.
Oh. Nah, I'm going Raiders.
All right.
Raiders didn't play last week. Raiders' last game was the game that I believed in them. Yeah, that was the last game, right?
Yeah.
we won't say the score, but it was bad.
42 to something.
I think it was because that was an important game. It was a milestone game.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to do my research. If this game means anything, Cowboys. But if it's just a game, like Raiders.
All right. So next one, Rabbitohs and Broncos. Another tough one. I'm going Rabbitohs. Cam Murray's back.
You know what I'm thinking?
I'm going Rabbitohs.
Again, I've been on the fuck the Rabbitohs train. But this starts coming because you know what? The start of the year, my prediction was them at 9th.
Yeah.
For them to get to 9th, they've got to win a couple of games.
They've got to win. I'm going the Bunnies. Like, Cam Murray, that's also someone that could potentially come into the blue side.
Yeah.
Cam Murray. So, and they get they'll get
you're right.
What's his name back soon? Center. His name's gone out of my head.
Campbell Graham.
Yeah, Campbell Graham. They get him back soon.
They do get him back soon.
I'm going Bunnies.
Still no Walsh, still no Reynolds. Again, like the Rabbitohs have shown me nothing, but 2 wins in a row. They're starting to get troops back.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you got guys. Latrell wants that center.
Yeah.
He's going to have to play good. If Cam Murray wants to sniff, because I thought McInnes was great.
Yeah, he was. But Cam Murray's great too. I'm going Bunnies.
I'm getting yo. It's just on the Blues.
I'm getting yo.
I'm swapping. If Cam Murray's fit, healthy, fine.
What about Connor Watson?
Yeah, I'm just saying I swap.
Yeah.
Because Yo would be on the bench for me.
I'd put Cam Murray on the bench.
I'll take Cam Murray.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I'm going the Rabbitohs. Next game, this one is
it's hard. Tigers,
Titans. The Titans. This one's like hard because they're both shit. But the Titans, see, Phil Sammy, he's number 4. He's another one that Queensland said. The Tigers are going to win a game. They did win 2 wins at some point this year. Dream Bullet name in jersey 21. Look at that. Look at that.
What?
The Tigers halves are Aiden Caesar at 6 and Appy Corus out 7. I don't know if that's I think that's
I know.
On one hand, though, they take out their 2 youngsters, the 2 20-year-olds, and go, hey, let's put our 2 oldest blokes out there.
Well, why didn't they? Why have it?
Because they got no one else. Galvin's out.
Why is
He's had
Galvin
like a
out?
broken hand for a month. And also now they're going to be like, hey, you want out of the club? No, but
I'm not going to play you.
I'm going to fucking play you. Oh, but he's just on the extended ban. Shout out Adam Dewey.
Woohoo!
The comeback. 3rd ACL. Poor bastard. He's named in jersey 23. I'm pretty sure the plan is to play him in reserve grade.
He's set on the injury list for round 27. Round 17. I don't know what I'm saying. Round 17, he's due to come back.
Well, they're not sure. So he's named. He'll play in reserve grade.
Yeah, but
But potentially. But
potentially.
He could have 1 game reserve grade and knock out the park and go, he's back.
Yeah.
Or he could go, oh, you need some time. Like, poor bastard.
Well, Lockie Galvin's not on their injury list, so I wonder why he wasn't named.
He is. They've said he's had like a broken hand. He's just been playing with like a month.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ow.
I mean, you played with a jarred thumb, so you.
It was a torn ligament.
Yeah, and he had a broken hand. But so they're probably now going to be like, he's been playing through it, but now because like he wants to leave the club, they're probably like, hey, get it fixed, bud. Get it fixed.
I'm going to go Tigers. This could be the weird game where actually Appy Coruscant and Adam Caesar.
My initial reaction. Yeah.
But I'm just.
But you go, maybe you put the 2 old dogs there.
Together.
But then the problem is, you see Appy Coruscant out number 9 every week. No one can fucking play with him. He's too smart.
I know, but maybe Adam Caesar can.
Yeah, but now your 2 halves are the only blokes who know what the fuck to do.
It just could be something.
It could, but...
I'm going to go the Tigers. I'm going to be brave and go the Tigers.
I don't like Jaden Campbell at 6. I don't like Jaden Campbell at 6. He can't defend the front line.
No. I'm going Tigers.
I'm gonna go Titans, but I might back you in depending how my week's going.
Okay.
Because I that yeah, I sorry, I like wow.
I know. Okay, okay. Warriors
It adds
versus
quick.
Storm. Another tricky game.
Fuck, this round sucks.
Another tricky game. Initial thoughts, Storm. Kind of thinking the Wilds. They're going, and I know they're
You know
going to
what?
want. I'm going the Wilds.
Honestly, I'm going Wise.
They're going to want, because that was the last time they played when Xavier Coates scored on the buzzer, and they're going to want a comeback. I'm
They're
going Wise.
building.
I'm going Wise.
I'm fucking back on the Wise. SJ's back. Mm-hmm. But does that stuff up a little bit? Because Tamari Martin
has been killing it.
at 7.
So is that going to stuff up their momentum, or is that even just going to just tip it over the edge? I'm going Wise.
Now, on one hand, Bellamy's pulled his finger out, and maybe he's showing us that he's not senile quite yet. We've got Trent Leara back at 13, thank Christ, and Josh King, the front rower, back
in
as
the front
rower. Bronson Garlick at 14. I guess it makes sense because Tyrone Wishart's
Why
6.
is Jack Howarth still not in the team?
Bro, just play him. Joe Chan 17, I love. Nelson and Christian Walsh back in the bench. He's fucking finally pulled his finger out. And hopefully it happens. With all due respect, I want Bronson Garlick out, and I want
Jack
Howarth in my bench.
14, yeah.
Because Harry Grant he'll play 80 anyway. So then it's what's the point? Or they'll play him 75 minutes. So you've played your second 9 for 5 minutes. What's the point? I want Jack Howarth in there for Bronson Garlick. But Storm, as I said, we haven't had a good 80 minutes this year.
No.
It's in New Zealand. Warriors have won, 3-4 in a trot? They fucking don't like winning in New Zealand.
No.
But they're going to want to. The up the wires movement's back.
Back, yeah.
I'm up the wires. I think they win.
I'm going the Wise.
Next game, the Eels take on the Roosters.
This is another one I don't know.
You know what I'm scared of?
I kind of want to go to this game. It's at CommBank.
Yeah, we could go to this game.
I kind of want to go to this game.
We just got back from 2 weeks of the pits. Made me question why we do a football podcast when we went 1 and 2.
1 and
tips.
2.
This
could be another round of
and
this.
last week we go, even though you're still on top, we both got 5.
Yeah.
That's a good round.
Yeah.
Fuck, this has one written all over it.
This is a hard round. It's because the comp is so tight.
This has the Tigers being the only tip you get right this week, and I get none. Don't you reckon?
Yeah.
It's going to come down to that game, 100%.
Connor Watson's back in 9. I'm going the Roosters.
I don't think we mentioned it, but Brandon Smith out.
Yeah. Brandon Smith is out.
Shouldn't have left Melbourne.
And Sandon Smith in 14.
Back on the wing.
Yeah. Crichton. Radley in 12. Nafua White at 13. There's been some changes, and I like it. I'm going the Roosters. I like these changes. Michael Jennings still have no fucking idea why he's 18th
That
man.
was looking man in rugby league.
But anyway.
But besides the last 5 minutes, the Eels played great.
Great, I know.
Moses.
It's going to be a tight game.
This...
It's going to be a good game.
Oh.
I'm going Roosters, though. Connor Watson back. I'm going Roosters. I love that both teams are fighting for Origin jerseys, like Moses.
But the Eels are CommBank.
I know.
I'm going Eels.
Yeah, all right. I'm going Roosters.
But I know. But then it's because you read
But
into
see,
that.
Mike Acevo's back on the wing, so
yeah,
they're going to lose.
He'll have a shit game. He'll score 3 tries. His record at CommBank is unbelievable.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know what it is, but off the top of my head, it'll be 40 tries in 40 games. He will have a shit game, run for 30 metres the whole game. He'll score 3 tries. And knock, unfortunately, Teddy out. That game's got gone point written all over it.
It has.
But
I love it.
CommBank gets me over the line.
I love it.
Manly take on the Dragons. Every time I get on the Dragons' tail and I go, this is it. They fucking shit the bed.
I know, and Manly just lost, so they're going to want to win.
Oh.
Why is this so hard?
2:00 Sunday.
At Brookvale.
Oh, that's what's getting me across the line.
I think I'm going to have to go Manly.
It's only because it's at Brookvale.
I just don't know if I have it in the Dragons to then...
Every time I believe in him.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I can't believe in the Dragons. Sorry.
Sorry, I'm going to have to go Manly. And I'm going by 4.
I want to see the Dragons
I'm going
do
Manly
well.
by 4. And then, sorry, Knights.
I'm going by...
I have to go Penrith.
I'm going by 8. And then, Knights versus Penrith.
Sorry.
At Newcastle, quick look at the
They
team
don't love
list.
playing in Newcastle.
If Fletcher Sharp keeps that fullback position. It's David Armstrong. He's on the bench. I'm sure he was out. I guess he was out because he's injured. If he's healthy, you got to put Davey Armstrong back. That's a bit harsh.
Yeah.
And Dylan Edwards is back. Dylan the villain. Bradman's back, though.
Bradman's back.
If he's healthy, I think he's your centre for
I think so.
Or Burton.
Or Burton.
We talked about that.
Anyway.
We don't get back in that film. Don't get back into that. I could talk about it all
I'm
day.
going Panthers. Make a decision while I go and recap. I'm going Sharks.
But why is Phoenix starting on the bench again? You figured it out, you dumb prick.
Okay.
I want to... I gotta go Penrith. I have to go Penrith.
So recap. Sharks.
Yep, Sharks.
Raiders, Cows.
Raiders.
Bunnies, Broncos, Bunnies.
Bunnies.
Tigers, Titans, Tigers.
Titans.
Wars, Storm, Wars.
Wars.
Eels, Roosters, Roosters.
Eels.
Eagles, Dragons, Eagles.
Eagles.
And Knights, Penrith.
Penrith. So...
We got a few different.
What do we go difference? At the minute. And always subject to change.
Three
difference. Wait, did you go Cowboys?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the other difference. Yep. All right. So, look, next episode, it'll either be really good, super high energy, super up, and I'm just going to be coming in 100 miles an hour, or it's probably won't be good. And I won't say any reasons why. That could just happen. But, anyway, thanks for listening.
Thank you. See you next week.
See ya.